Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Cioffi. Weather in 5 days in 5 minutes. It's a Saturday, it's a weekend, and at least the weather conditions have relaxed. And it also looks like we'll probably get away with not having to deal with any precipitation this weekend, which is a good thing. We hit bottom with temperatures this morning, generally in the upper 20s to lower 30s, but more importantly, the winds. They have relaxed considerably from what they were yesterday into last night, where we had gusts to 60 miles an hour, and even some 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts along coastal areas of New Jersey and Long Island and southeastern New England. But it's gotten a lot better, and we see hard to see anybody with a wind greater than 10 miles an hour. There are a few gusts up north and east of New York City where we're still seeing some gusts up into the upper teens and low 20s. But for everybody else, we're seeing very calm wind conditions from southern New Jersey and southeastern, south central Pennsylvania, southward into Maryland and northeast Virginia. Our major storm has moved away pretty quickly. One thing about having a very fast flow in the atmosphere is even when fierce things are moving in, they also move in. They also move out relatively quickly. And you'll notice on the loop that the storm is out of the scene now. It's not even on the eastern edge of the frame. And we do have some patchy clouds back up through upstate New York and on up into northern New England and into western Pennsylvania. Some of those clouds moving into central PA, but they seem to thin out when they get to the coast. So we're looking at a pretty decent day. You notice the weather systems in the flow, one back near the Great Lakes, a weak system moving across the Gulf states, or actually more the Tennessee Valley, and moving east, and then another one that is up in the Pacific Northwest about to drop into the Rockies. The radars are quiet in the east. You see the system in the Tennessee Valley, Alabama to southern Tennessee, a little bit of activity back through parts of Ohio and northern Kentucky, and that's it. And then, of course, we do have snows going on up in the northwestern part of the U.S., where it's been very busy and it continues to be very busy. We have a slew of winter weather advisories up from Montana and Idaho, swinging east across South Dakota and back through the Great Lakes, where we also have winter storm warnings for parts of southern Minnesota. And that's pretty much it. The area down in Georgia, actually, seeing this moisture moving along, we should point out, is coming into some of the colder air that's moved its way down into the southeast. And we have winter storm warnings up for northeast Georgia and winter weather advisories down to Atlanta, Georgia this morning. There's a little surprise for that area, and I'm just taking it off the advisory here. Snow mixed with rain, accumulations of up to 2 inches for Calhoun, Rome, Cartersville, Marietta, Atlanta, Lawrenceville, and Decatur. And having a daughter that lives down in that area, I'm sure that the bread, milk, and eggs rate at the stores must have been fairly substantial. So, looking at the surface analysis this morning, really not much going on. Our storm is out to the northeast. And again, you got this little disturbance that you can barely find on the surface map anyway, that's moving across Alabama, southern Tennessee, and heading into northern Georgia. So as far as the rest of the weekend is concerned, no issues at all. We're looking at temperatures today on the cold side, upper 30s to around or just over 40 in most places from northeast Virginia to southern New England. We'll have a cold night tonight with most lows in the 20s, teens and cold spots north and west of the coast. And then Sunday, look for some clouds to start rolling in on Sunday. Temperatures will be back up in the low and middle 40s in most places. And then on Monday, we're going to push it up a little bit higher as we head up into the upper 40s to low 50s. This week coming up, it is going to be a balance and a battle between the northern part of the jet stream, which is going to be sending disturbances along and maybe a little bit of cold air into the eastern U.S. later this week, and an active southern part of the jet stream. And it's going to be a question of how these two streams time out. I mentioned back days ago that in a pattern like this, the only way snow lovers get anything out of it is if you get a system that times out right when you have some cold air around. And the thing about the cold air is it comes in like it did today, and then it goes out. So if we just take a look at the GFS run here for uh, the weekend, of course, you've got this high, you've got that little weak system moving across northern Georgia and moving out. High pressure moves up into New England tomorrow. The next low goes up north of the Great Lakes, so we wind up with some showers here on Monday. That front stalls. First wave comes out Monday night into Tuesday, late Monday night into Tuesday afternoon with some rain or showers, and then we get rid of that. And then here's a second wave, which on this particular run of the model comes up just as colder air. You see it up here in moving southeastward from Canada. There's a cold front up this way, and then you've got this wave coming out this way. And on this particular run from last night, the wave and the cold air kind of timed out just perfectly to show some snow here for next Thursday. But that was on that particular run. I have a feeling that when we see this subsequent runs, we're going to see different timing, and that may lead to another disappointment for you snow lovers out there. Otherwise, everything just kind of moves along the way it has been in this very interesting winter that we've had. So, look, bottom line is Saturday today is good, Sunday is pretty good, and then we'll get into some showers maybe on Monday, and then we'll deal with the long range later on. So, have a great Saturday and a great weekend. And we'll see you later. We'll be updating the app and the websites and everything else. Probably not going to do a live stream on YouTube today, but Joe Rayo and I will do our Sunday morning coffee with Joe and Joe show at 11 a.m. Eastern time. That's on Sunday morning on my YouTube channel, which is Joe Cioffi. Have a great day.